just recently, WWDC 2019 has happened, and we will go over what some of the specifications as to what was revealed at the show. So here we can see the new Mac Pro from Apple, which was just shown at the show. The price is a whopping $5,999 or $6,000 for short for the base price with an Intel 8-core CPU, which is a Xeon W series processor. I can only imagine what the floor price would be if it had the 28-core Xeon W processor at the top. As you can see here, this is the base 8-core, then goes to 12, 16, 24, and the 8-core. I have pulled up the Intel Arc from Intel's website, and we'll see what it will cost. But first, if we scroll down, the base Mac Pro will come with 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is like, that's not enough for $6,000. But basically, that would cost $200. The motherboard, I would estimate, would be probably around $500-ish. If we scroll down here, the AMD Radeon Pro 580X, it's used in the iMac, the 2018 iMac, and that is probably around $600. And the case modularity, it's very good, and yeah, it would be probably, I would estimate, around $300. Since it's aluminum, has that fancy cheese grater design in the front, and it's probably $300-ish, I would assume. The power supply is 1400 watts. I'd assume that to be around $400. The cooling has a rad in the front, like 3 fans, and then it'll have passive cooling, and estimating that to be around $200 or $300. And excluding the CPU, it should cost around $2,200, which is a lot of money. So if we go to the 8-core CPU from Intel, that would be this CPU, 8 cores, 16 threads, base of 3.7 gigahertz, and a max turbo of 4.3 gigahertz. If you see here, it's $1,200, which is, if we add that up, it's going to be $3,400, which leaves Apple a lot of money for profit. And then there's also macOS. Apple probably wants their R&D back. They most likely will. And then if we go down to the, if I scroll back up here, let's say we go to the 12 core. Oh, that's another 8 core. Doesn't have a price. But if we go to the 12 core, it will be $1,400, so 14 nanometers, by the way, 3.3 gigahertz as its base frequency, and a 4.4 gigahertz for its max turbo frequency. And so $200 more. I have no idea how much Apple will raise that. It's probably going to raise it by $400, I assume. Apple's kind of, you know. Then if we go over here, it's another, this is the 16 core. This is $5,000. I doubt Apple will be selling that, but this is the only other W series processor with 16 cores. That's a lot. Not quite sure, but it starts at 3.2 gigahertz for its base frequency, 4.4 gigahertz for its max turbo frequency, 205 watt TDP, which is quite a lot. Here is another 16 core CPU W processor. It's this. This will probably be what Apple's using. It's $2,000 instead of over here at $5,000. If we go forward more, this is a 24 core that they might use, and this CPU is $3350, but it's very expensive. Starts at 2.7 gigahertz, max turbo of 4.4 gigahertz. It's quite a lot, pretty good. Ish. This is another 24 core. This is $6,400 pretty much dollars. same 2.7 gigahertz, max turbo frequency of 4.4 gigahertz. If we go over here, this is a 28-core 56-thread CPU from Intel. It's about $4,500, has a base frequency of 2.5 gigahertz and a max turbo of 4.4 gigahertz. This is a different 28-core 56-thread CPU from Intel, and this is $7,500, which is an insane amount for this CPU. Base frequency of 2.5 gigahertz and a max turbo of 4.4 gigahertz. So it's like, you know, it's a lot of money if you're if you want to really buy this thing. So now we will also discuss the new Pro Display exterior, which was shown at the show as well. Here it is. It's weird to see that the display is $5,000 and it does not come with a stand. But with the technology of 1000 nits of brightness sustained and a peak of 1600 nits, a contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1, a bunch of different presets for color, also being factory calibrated, which is very good from Apple, and at 32 inches at 6K resolution, this is very good. Except for the fact that it has no stand. But the bezel is about 9 millimeters all around and about 1.1 inches wide, which is not great, but the technology here is very, very good. You can get the stand for $1,000 and you compare it with the vase mount that is sold for another $200. Comes with one Thunderbolt 3 port and 3 USB-C ports, and whether that's worth $6,000 or $5,000 without the stand is up to you, because I can't afford one because, well, it's that much. And anyways, this will be the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one.